Breaking news. Once again, folks, another violent stabbing incident on a rail line in Charlotte, North Carolina. It happened yesterday and it was committed by an illegal alien. This is crazy, folks. A man stabbed on light rail, and the offender was an illegal alien who has been in trouble numerous times in the Charlotte area and has somehow been let out despite being in the country illegally. Mecklenburg County does not honor ICE detainers. Who is this guy? Whew. Crazy stuff. This comes just months after a Ukrainian refugee was stabbed by a habitual criminal offender. Now we have another one. I'm going to share some details about this guy in this stabbing incident, and then we will further discuss. Check it out.
We continue to follow breaking news at 6. We mentioned this at the top of the show. We are following reports of a stabbing in North Charlotte. WCNC Charlotte's Siobhan Riley joins us live from the scene. So Siobhan, catch us up. What's the latest there?
Nick, we have just learned that one person is being treated for serious injuries tonight. I want to step out of the shot just so you can kind of see what's happening. CMPD, they are out here. They are investigating this scene, just trying to figure out what's happening. We are on North Brevard Street and East 25th Street, and you can see the crime tape is still up. We're seeing investigators kind of stepping in and out of that light rail right there, still working to learn what's happening. But what is interesting is this comes less than 5 months after that deadly stabbing of Iryna Zarutska, who was stabbed on a light rail. Again, we're still working to learn what's happening, but the reaction that we are getting from people out in the community, someone just drove by and she said, "What happened?" And we told her there was a stabbing, and she said, "Oh my gosh, another stabbing here." So again, we will continue to keep you updated on this story. CMPD is not releasing much more information as far as one person is being treated for serious injuries. Reporting live from north of Uptown, Siobhan Riley, WCNC Charlotte.
All right, Siobhan, thank you for that. And stay with us. We'll continue to follow these breaking updates inside our live Impact news stream over on WCNC Plus.
Breaking. Oscar Solarzano, an illegal immigrant, has been charged with attempted first-degree murder after stabbing a man in the chest on the Charlotte, North Carolina light rail last night. There he is. And it appears he has been deported before and had re-entered the United States illegally and now arrested. Crazy.
In the hospital after a stabbing along the Charlotte light rail. This comes less than 3 months after Iryna Zarutska was stabbed to death. Brian Trader is in the WRAL Live Center monitoring this story. Brian, this is already garnering some reaction from lawmakers.
Indeed, Governor Josh Stein tonight, all new, is speaking out on X. He posted this earlier this evening saying, "I just spoke with Chief Patterson about the horrific stabbing on the light rail this evening. Please join me in praying for the full recovery of the victim." And Chief Patterson he's talking about is Estella Patterson, and if that name sounds familiar, she was Raleigh's police chief. Today was her first day on the job as Charlotte's new police chief. And he also says that Chief Patterson already was surging law enforcement throughout Charlotte with Operation Safe Season, and I'm grateful that the state law enforcement agencies that are assisting in the operation, public safety is a top priority for us all. Here is what we're learning about today's stabbing. This is video of the patient being taken off of that train. This happened on the Blue Line just north of Uptown Charlotte, right around 5 o'clock. All that we know is that the person who was stabbed was taken to the hospital with serious injuries, and WSOC TV in Charlotte is reporting that one person is in custody. At this point, police are not saying anything about a motive.
All right, Brian.
And remember, folks, in Mecklenburg County, Charlotte, they shield the illegals that have been arrested for local crimes, and they shield them from ICE. ICE, they do not honor ICE detainers. We've talked about this numerous times. They just release them back out on the streets. ICE announces more Mecklenburg County criminal offenders shielded by current non-cooperation policy. U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, released additional information on more unlawfully present foreign nationals facing serious crime offenses in Mecklenburg County who are under the county's ICE non-cooperation policy would currently be released back into the local community where they would be free to reoffend. These are just the latest examples of unlawfully present aliens charged with serious public safety offenses in Mecklenburg County. Yet, these latest examples are still currently in local custody. These cases have all been identified by ICE to be illegal aliens subject to an ICE detainer, yet, per current local policy, they would be released back into the local community without notice to ICE. However, all as these persons remain in local custody, should Mecklenburg County reconsider its non-cooperation policy, there is still time to prevent the release of these individuals and instead work to cooperate with ICE to protect public safety. The only way a person is subject to an ICE detainer in Mecklenburg County is if they are handcuffed and arrested for a crime committed in the local community. The only persons protected by these misguided policies are criminals, as the only way a person is subject to a detainer is if they've been arrested for a crime beyond anything to do with immigration status. They keep getting released out on the streets and then reoffend. Crazy. An illegal alien stabbing someone. How was this guy able to roam free? One, Mecklenburg County doesn't honor ICE detainers, so any criminals that get caught for any type of crimes, petty or serious, and get time served, they don't honor ICE detainers. We've talked about this numerous times, and they just release them back out on the streets, and these criminals are shielded by Mecklenburg County. Border patrols around there trying to round them up. They're still there, Operation Charlotte's Web, but there are probably about 100,000 in the community that should not be there. And once again, another violent act. And what in the heck is happening on these light rails and these public transportation places in Charlotte? It seems like it's not safe. It seems like all types of violence and craziness goes on. How is this continuing to happen? Stein speaks about it, the governor, but that's not enough. There needs to be change. These criminals need to be rounded up and gone before they take more people's lives or seriously hurt others or victimize Americans. Scary times in Charlotte, North Carolina. I am JLR Investigates. Stay safe out there, folks. I'll continue to share what's happening in Charlotte. We will talk soon. JLR Investigates. Stay tuned.